Hey y'all, it's been a minute. It's really been a minute, but God has some things for me to share with y'all. Even some self-discovery that I've had myself, and I'm excited. I've been wanting to hop back on YouTube for a second now, but sometimes when you're in a space that you need to be intimate with God, you need to be intimate with God before you can share that with other people, right? And oh my gosh, bro. Okay, I just need y'all listening, okay? Okay, ears on. All right. So many things are happening right now, like just in the world, in the spiritual realm, in us as individual people. So many things are happening right now, and this is really a time of feeling through it, okay? Feeling through your movements, doing what feels good to you, whether that's dancing, whether that's singing, whether that's going and sitting in a library, like whatever, doing things that feel good for your spirit, okay? We're definitely in that time period because God is trying to communicate with us through the things that we enjoy. God is trying to show us that we are alive. We are alive, okay? Not we are just in this world, right? I feel like honestly and truly, since the coronavirus, since COVID happened to this world, we have been living in a dull state, okay? We've been pressing forward, but pressing forward in a dull state because we as an overall energetic body don't know what to do or what's next in this life, and that is scary for a lot of us. We are on a frequency that needs to be shifted towards a higher vibration, and God is trying to show us that I need you to feel through right now. I need you to flow through right now. I need the people who believe in me to do and show up a little more in their bodies, okay, and know that they are living, right? Because listen, I was just sitting here and I opened my Bible and I was doing some yoga, and when I was opening my Bible, I literally just was like, hey, you want to open? And I just cracked it open, and it opened, and I didn't look at where it opened, but I did look at I did see that the page just like turned with the wind when I was doing yoga, and I was like, okay, I'll just turn it back when I get back over there, and I'll read both pages. Y'all, literally, I open up to Jeremiah 2 verse 13, spring of living water, okay? God wants us to know that we are living water, right? We are literally living water. Our bodies are made up of about 70% of water. The ocean made of 70%, well, that's all water, but like literally we are living water, okay? And we're connected to these other things that carry water in them as well, like the ocean, like plants, like the other animals around us. We are all connected through a certain thing, right? And that certain thing, to me, because what I believe that God is what connects us. Literally what I just said, that what makes our nails grow, makes our hair grow, is the same thing that makes plants grow, is the same thing that causes soil to cultivate, the same thing that allows mushrooms to be able to grow out of decomposition. Like, that is what we all share in the world, and that is what God is, right? And we do things to either honor or dishonor God, that overall being, that duality. I was talking to someone and I was telling them that, like, they were saying that I don't know about the word divine, right? I don't know if I should say that this is like a divine source of energy, because the root word of divine is divide, like it's divide. And I said, well, there is a clear division between the two energies that source energy is, right? There is masculine energy, there is feminine energy. Those are two separate, distinct energies. There's a definite divide in between them. So I would say that source energy is divine, and that we carry divine energy because we all carry both masculine and feminine energy. Now, getting back to God wanting you to feel through things, right? God wanting you to feel through what you're going through, because listen, there's so many things that reference the heart, leading with your heart, or people say don't lean too much on your heart, or whatever the case may be. But it's like, if I'm gonna live this life, if I'm gonna choose to be here every single day and know that God put me here, I'm gonna lead in love. And love happens with my heart. And of course, logic is going to come through. Of course, all of these other things are going to come through. But I'm going to allow God to enlarge in my heart and my territory in the most, and I'm throwing myself into it in the most, God, I need you kind of way, right? Because I do. Because I know that in this life, I am God's beneficiary. I am God's this. Right? I am God's child. So I know that I'm going to be provided for. But sometimes we allow ourselves to trick ourselves out of our own blessings. And I'm not doing that anymore in this life. Like, I won't be the reason why I don't get where I want to go. Okay? And I hope that you aren't either. I feel like God is trying to communicate through me, like, if you're looking at this video, if you are listening to what it is that I have to say, then I know that you're in a divine place. I know that you're in alignment with exactly where you're supposed to be at this appointed time, because God wants to communicate things to you through my experience. And do with them what you will, because again, I teach, well, not again, but I'm Neo. I teach in a polymathic way. I just pull from a bunch of different wisdoms and align them with what I believe God is trying to communicate to me, right? So, yeah, we're in the year of the snake. Snake, in Chinese astrology, we're in the year of the snake. The snake loves movement. The snake loves flow. The snake can feel the rhythm. The snake knows when and where to strike because of that, right? We're in a flow, right? And God wants you to get in a flow with God. Get in a flow with you. Get in tandem again, because we have been shifted so far from what in flow even means. Before COVID, before the 2000s, before a lot of these different things, and I feel like God feels forgotten by his people. Like, truly, I feel like God is literally like, hey, I know that there are all these modern forms of religion. There are all these different spiritual practices. There are all these different things. But at the end of the day, I want you to come to me and not idolize a book, not idolize a person, not idolize a thing, not idolize anything or anyone or any entity or anything. Draw forth to you. Like, come back to you. Really. When was the last time you wrote yourself a love letter? When was the last time you took yourself on a date? When was the last time you kissed yourself in the morning when you woke up? When was the last time you said thank you? That was the very first thing that you said in the morning to God. Thank you for waking me up today. When was the last time that you prayed to God and you were crying? When was the last time you gave yourself a bath just because you deserve to have a bath? When was the last time you said no to something you really didn't want to do and leave it at the no? When was the last time that you told yourself yes to what you deserved? Feel through this year. Move in that energy of you know what, I am chosen. When people, when they dance, when you see a dancer, and I mean a dancer, like they've been doing this for 10 years. I've been a dancer all my life, like that. Dancers have a flow and a movement about them that when they start dancing, nothing, unless you put it, even if you put something right in front of them, they can twirl right around it, right? Because they have a confidence in their movement, in their flow, in their sensuality of it. And this is a very sensual year, bro. We are literally immersed in sensuality this year, and not on a sexual tip, sensual tip, right? We are on a like, it's like when people are like, you get me so high, you get me so, I'm getting that by Doja Cat, or like, you know, like that kind of movement, right? We are in a very sensual time, and it being the year of the snake. Not only that, but today, literally, well, this time period, Venus is in retrograde, and I believe Venus is in Aries right now, which is literally birthing something new, allowing things to come out of you. Like, bro, we're also literally having a new moon eclipse in Aries as well, which is new, which is breaking open, y'all. Literally I'm getting, if you haven't already been in that flow, things are about to crack open, literally. Think about how a snake lays its eggs, or birds lay their eggs, and it cracks open, and they're about to come out of the shell, and all those things. Like, yo, we're in that time period right now, okay? You're about to something is about to crack and never be the same again. Like, once you start to get in your flow, start to get sensual, start to get in that mode, you can't go back to not being in that mode, because that's something that is a part of you now, right? So, y'all, so we got all of that going on. But even with what I was saying in Jeremiah 2, with the spring of living water, like, God is wanting us to know, hey, you are water, and you have the ability to speak life over yourself. You know that water can hold affirmations. It has memory, right? It has memory, and it can hold whatever's in its memory. Like, you can literally speak affirmations over your water and then drink them, right? And continue that flow with yourself, and that will shift things within you. But you are 70% water as well, so you have the ability to speak life over yourself, to look in the mirror and say, like, yo, I'm that girl, I'm that guy, I'm that this, you know, I deserve all things. I am everything. I deserve to have anything and everything that I desire. God has kept me. I am in flow. I am receiving all that I deserve. Bro, you have that ability. And if you're watching this and you have that feeling of like, is that sorcery? Is that this? Is that that? Yes. It's magic. Period. We are magic. Period. You are magic. Period. Just because your body is in this earth realm and everything seems mundane, that does not mean that everything is mundane. Okay, like that show, which is the way it really plays. Everything is not what it seems like, can have all you want it in your wildest dreams. Yes, literally, you can have anything that you desire if you truly state, God, I need this, and why you need it, and what you're and having communication with the divine spirit, and living that and being that, right? Because that's the thing, like I said, water holds memory. So water is not thinking about if it has to be the thing that is in its memory that you affirmed over it. It is just what you affirmed over it, period. There is no extra, there is no additives, there's nothing other than the sanctity of the water, right? So okay, so I opened to the page of Spring of Living Water, right? Also, I went to the gym last week, and I spent like an hour in the there was a prayer room, And y'all love me a prayer room. I don't know about y'all, but I love me a prayer room, a sanctuary, a place where I can buy. I'm gonna be on the altar crying, and I'm gonna be talking to God. I'm gonna be on my knees. I am, because I truly believe in letting off of, literally releasing things off of your spirit that are not supposed to be there anymore. I believe in giving that to something else. Like, the reason I like, oh my gosh, okay, y'all. In any other religion, you can say whatever you want to, or whatever. I was raised Christian, and like I said, I consider myself a polymath, but I do lean on Christianity and Buddhism, because those are two things that I feel like are continuously helping me in my journey, and that I've resonated with for a while, right? And I believe that Jesus was a prophet that God sent to this world. That was God's son. I believe also that we are all God's children. And I believe that God sent other prophets as well as Jesus. But I do believe the reason that Jesus died on the cross, a cross is literally, if you fold it up in a 3D sense, a box. Okay? And God put God's blood and something that meant the most to him on the box in order to bless the box, for it to capture all of the sins. Because within a cube, within a box, it can capture, and you put in it what you no longer desire to have, the sins, your sins, or your transgressions or iniquities. Those are the words that came up. Excuse me. I think it's trying to come out. Hold on. Water, literally. Needed it to help clear the flow again. But anyway, yo, like, so that's why I draw. Well, that's a part of why I can say I connect with Christianity, because it, people be talking about demons and negative energies and stuff like that, and it's just like, there are certain things in here that pull from a larger source. I feel like all of these religious texts were just ripped apart and spread across the world and made into different things instead of being put all together. But I think, in different religions they say different things. In Christianity they say follow the truth or something, and in they say other things in other in other spiritualities and religions. And I feel like if you're connecting more to one, it's about what you're supposed to learn and experience in that time period of your life, and that will eventually still bring you closer to the God that you serve, right? So I was in the gym, inside the prayer room, and in the prayer room they had on the wall a beautiful picture, beautiful painting, and it said living water right next to it. And I thought that was just so beautiful. I was like, oh my goodness, it was such a beautiful painting. And I thought of writing a poem, which I will still write, but in where I was talking about how water is so powerful. Like 7% of the world and the human body are made up of water. The moon has the ability to move and shift both us and water. Like, how am I and God living water, but we can both be still rushing, fluid, and heavy in weight. There are so many different ways rushing water or living water can be. You can have still water that has no movement, right? And still be living, and then get mold on it for it to grow, or be like swamps where moss and things like that grow out of it, but it's still, right? And then you have rushing waters like waterfalls where things are constantly flowing, things are constantly in motion, and sometimes they can be smooth falling down or be rushing in water, right? We have they're all fluid. There's that saying that's like, is water wet? It's like, even that, like, that's a complex statement about water, even in itself. But what else can you think about other than water in that statement that gives you a perplexing thought like that? Anyway, yeah. And then water being heavy in weight, like literally water can be super heavy, but then when we're inside of the water, it feels like water is nothing, right? Like, we are living water, y'all. We have the ability to be still. We have the ability to carry heaviness in our hearts, or be free flowing and fluid. We have the ability to be rushing. We have the ability to be slow. We have all of the same abilities as water, y'all. Even anyway, yeah. And it's like, even that, like, even with me telling you that right now, it goes, I'm thinking about the saying. I was reading my notes from me wanting to create the poem, and I'm thinking, even right now, I can lead a horse to water, but I can't make him drink. I can tell you that you are living water, and that you have the ability to cast forth anything that you desire into this world, as long as you are willing to put forth the movement towards it and the emotion towards it, and allow it to press on and press forward instead of getting in the way of your own flow and currency. I can tell you that. But if you don't decide to accept that, like the horse, I can lead you to yourself. But if you won't see yourself, then it won't matter. The same thing with other people. You can lead them to themselves. That doesn't mean that they'll hear you or understand you, or any of those things. But it's the fact that you are, right? It's the fact that you are leading other people to the fact that they are living water, that they are a living, walking expression of God, right? Literally. Like, we talk about the Holy Spirit, that God will always be with us. That's true, because if God decided to take the breath of life out of us, we would be nothing. We would be nothing. We were formed out of clay. Our skin literally, I don't know, I mean, most melanin beings, all melanin beings, literally they found stardust in our melanin. So we are literally made of claymation. We are literally made of clay. I feel like I said claymation because we're literally in a claymation. We're walking claymation figures that have the ability to choose what they want to do. Like, we be playing Sims and playing games like that and being an avatar, but it's like, we're like that already. We have the ability to shift our avatar right now, but we have been limited in belief to think that we even know how to do that. But it's easy for us to do it on a game, and when we're playing Fortnite, or we're playing Injustice, or whatever, Mario, or whatever. You can be anything and anyone that you want. But then when it comes to you being anything and anyone that you want, anything that you need to be for yourself, it's hard. But why? But who says? Like, when you start playing the game, like a game, Fortnite or something like that, when you start playing games like that, it's hard at first too if you don't know how to play the game. It's hard to figure out the controls. It's hard, but we still do it. Why? Because we want to have fun, but because we want to experience that, but then we can't do the same thing for ourselves. I was talking to my homeboy, and he was talking about like, oh, I'm not gonna do this for myself or something. And I was like, if you had a nigga, you do it for your nigga. And he was like, facts. I was like, yeah, that's tea. Like, bro. Or if you had a woman, you do it for your woman, like whatever, you know. And I'm like, but yeah, bro, that's tea. Like, we often will do things for everybody else, every other person but ourselves, and then look at ourselves and look at the world like, bro, why didn't I get what I wanted to have? Yo, I kid you not, the wind just blew again, and it went to Jeremiah 5, and it says not one is upright. Yo, we all ain't good. For real, bro. We all ain't good, bro. We all need God. We all need each other. We all need community. We all need to figure it out. Like, but it's a lot easier to love yourself and to give yourself the things that you deserve when you're doing it on purpose, when you're doing it with intention, okay? Because God will give you the opportunity for you to do it yourself, but often we'll overlook what God is trying to show us, and that's okay, because God is a patient God. Like, that's okay. But eventually you're going to submit, right? And it's not just a submission to God. I mean, it is a submission to God, but it's truly you submitting to yourself, your higher, most divine being. That's what it is. Is you committing to the version of yourself that you keep seeing in the mirror, but you don't really see in the mirror. It's the version of yourself that's like, I deserve to be a millionaire. I deserve to have these things. I deserve to go on trips. I deserve to have all of that, and following that through no matter what. You committing to that version of yourself. And knowing that God is, like, you're just a co-author, bro. God's gonna add any other things in there that God sees fit, and you gotta roll with the punches, or roll with the blessings, or vibe with it. Feel through it, right? Feel through it, because that's like, when you're able to feel through something, you can be more adaptable. Yeah, like, you have your logic as you're moving. Like, again, back to a dancer, when you dancing, as a dancer, that if it's choreographed, they know what steps they're gonna do next. So be strategic, have logic, yeah, but feel through it, right? That is both you using your divine masculine and your divine feminine in tandem to flow with your body. Literally, this movement that I'm giving you right now is your DNA strands. Your DNA strands move just like this as well, and you have to as well. Your feminine and your divine energy your feminine and your masculine energy have to work in tandem in order for you to truly see who it is that you're meant to be, for you to accomplish the mission that you want to have, for you to have the house, for you to have the car, for you to have the for you to get the bookings, for you to do whatever it is that you want to do. The only way that you're going to be able to do that is if you continue to be at flow with you, and you continue to intentionally serve God, and not idolize another thing or being because they have something that you desire. When you see somebody else that has something that you want, you don't, like, honestly, the only response that you need to have is yes. Period. Like, the only response that you need to have is one of gratitude. If you're gonna say anything that, and it's not even negative, but anything that isn't just wow, blessings on them, and you wanna receive what it is that you're seeing, then you say, thank you for my ideal weight. Thank you for my ideal car, because it came in flow with you. If you're seeing things around you that are of the frequency that you are desiring to acquire and reach, right? Because we only achieve what we want. We only get what we want. We only get what we are, right? If it is able to flow inside and through us, we only get the things that we call to us. And if you're like, hey, bro, I want that Chevy Equinox or that Hyundai Elantra, whatever, I want that, and you keep seeing it all the time, You keep seeing it. You keep seeing it. You keep seeing it. You keep seeing it. Oh my gosh. Why did I can't just get my car? Oh my God. Because it's already in flow and on your vibration already. And the more that you're talking about why can I get my car, the less it's going to be on your frequency. You're going to stop seeing it. You're going to start seeing it less and less. But if you continue on the flow like, oh my God, thank you for my car. That's so cute. Oh my God, da 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 da. And you start to see in your finances, you start to see in your resources that you're getting closer to having the ability to have it. It's because your vibration is getting closer and closer to getting right on that vibration, and not just close to it, but right on that motherfucker. And then boom. You got it. Or your life completely shifts in an opposite direction where you do not have it anymore because you did not do the work to get it. You did not do what you were supposed to do to stay in rhythm, to stay in flow with the desires that you are desiring to have. God will take from you. I'm being for real. Like, I know people be like, you know, you're not supposed to fear God, or you only supposed to fear God. I feel like you are supposed to fear God, but in certain ways. Like, just how you be like when your dad come in the room or your mom come in the room, whichever one used to pop you, and you be like, you know, you might like, or you see that person that's like of an authority figure that you respect, and they come in the room and you know you did something wrong. You supposed to have that type of fear, like, oh, okay, yeah. But at the same time, it's love too. It's discipline. It's not punishment. It's discipline. There's a difference. So, oh my gosh, yeah. So we have to just like truly allow God to be God and be who we are supposed to be too, because you can pick up your blessing. You can. You are the only person that can, actually. Not your friends, not your family, not your whomever is around you. They can say what they want to, but my mama used to say opinions are like assholes. Everybody got one. Okay? You can pick up your blessing. Okay? You can literally be appointed into a position of worthiness, of being a king, of being a queen, of being the top person in your company, of having all the things. Bruh, you can be appointed and God can anoint you to be that person, right? God can fill you with the spirit to be that person, and then everything is on you. And bruh, and the way that you handle it will determine if God will give you more. You can mess up your blessing and you can mess up your assignment, and God will remove everything out of your life because you messed it up. Because you messed it up. Now, does that mean that God won't give you a redemption? God will. Does that mean that these things can't come back to your frequency again? No. That doesn't mean that at all. You can always achieve the same things over again, maybe in a different way, maybe in a different time, maybe in a different circumstance. But that opportunity, that thing is gone. So now you have to almost start over in the vibration of getting to it. It's like when you're making cotton candy, right? When you're making cotton candy and you start making the cotton candy or whatever the case may be, it's small, right? And then the more that you keep going and keep going and keep going, it's bigger. Same thing like a snowball. But if you start and go like this and then you stop and you start eating some, then you had to put it back in there, you're starting over again every single time. That's okay. Even if you only took one bite, you still have a little less than what you were going with. Even if you only, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your momentum, you determine your momentum. You determine the flow of your vortex. You determine if things are at a standstill or if they're not. You determine those things about your life, not another person. If somebody is telling you, hey, I don't think this relationship is good for you, and you absolutely know that person is good for you, you absolutely know that this is the person that God chose for you, either way, you have the ability to say, you know what, I believe my friend, or you know what, I believe me. You have the ability. You have that choice. Now, you can be stuck in indecision. and things of the indecisive frequency will continue to come into your life and be fruitful in your life. Indecisive things. But when you make a decision and you're like, you know what, I'm going with it or I'm not going with it, whatever is going to continue to flow with you, because the universe loves decisions. The universe loves you making a choice. The universe loves you knowing who you are and saying, I choose this. The universe loves that. Right? So we want to be at flow with that. We want to be in the magic. We want to be in the movement. We want to be in the blessing. We want to know that we are the blessing. We want to know that we are all the things that God appointed us to be. But in order for us to be that, we have to be intentional about what our connection looks like with God and what our connection looks like with self. We have to say, hey, I'm going to take myself on a date, or hey, I'm going to shake my butt in the mirror, or hey, I'm going to go sit in the grass by myself. Hey, I'm going to take that trip. Hey, I'm going to read that book. Hey, I'm going to seek God with intention. I'm going to seek me intentionally. I'm going to get that bottle of wine and watch a movie by myself and not call anybody over and actually turn my phone off, because I don't want to be needed in the moment. And the only thing that I want to need is God in this moment. Like, we're in that time period. And when you come out of this cocoon, when you come out of the shell, right, you emerge as yourself. You emerge as the beautiful butterfly that you are. You emerge as the whatever it is that you, the phoenix that you are in this moment. You allow yourself to break out in the highest version that you could be of yourself in this very moment. Be different. Be unusual, be strange, be yourself. Let people wonder what happened. Who are you? Let people do whatever they're gonna do, because honey, it's about you. You're the main character in your story. Period. That's it. Show people love, show people grace, and when you allow people into your heart, when you allow yourself to love, when you allow yourself to be around community, like, everybody around you need to know that they're the main character too. And if they don't know that they're the main character, baby, help them. Baby, show them. Like, maybe you were supposed to be, maybe your job was supposed to be, hey, help this person see who they are. For me, and for me, I mean God. Like, God could have appointed you to help them see who they were, but you fumbled it, and now God got to show them who they are by themselves, which is cool, because whatever Pastor was saying, if you don't do a job, know that God is still gonna get it done. You ain't the only one who could have did it. God just appointed you, but just like a job, your position can be taken. And that's real. Like, but don't let yourself be like that. Like, don't let yourself be so wrapped up in who you are that you don't really care about the people who are the closest to you, that are helping you win the battles and the wars. Okay, because our friends matter. You are the sum of the 5 people around you, bro. Like, who you choose partnership with, who you choose relationship with, platonic, romantic, whatever, all of that matters tremendously to who you are, to what God is about to do in your life. You have to make sure that you are walking in your anointing this season. Walk in the room like God sent you in that room. If you burnt a bridge, let the fire light the way. But I'm not burning bridges on purpose. I'm only burning bridges if I have to. I'm only burning bridges if they burned it first, or honestly, for real, I ain't even thinking about burning the bridge. But it's like I'm more so thinking about allowing my steps to be illuminated forward. Allowing God to show me who I am, because I am that I am. Okay, like, Yo, if you're intentional about this new moon today, about your spiritual practices, about your about coming out of this shell, about making people feel you, making people feel you, period. Literally, that leaf just wanted to feel me. That thing just danced across my yin and yang sign, balance, two, double, divinity. Anyway, just danced across me and I felt it. Your spirit, bro, your spirit is demanding to be felt right now. You don't spend too much time locking yourself away. You don't spend too much time sitting in isolation. You don't spend too much time with your closed mouth. You don't spend too much time with your throat chakra clogged. You don't spend too much time doing that shit. Your spirit is demanding to be felt right now. Your energy is demanding to be felt. That's why you want to dance. That's why when you in your room, you're like, oh my God, I feel bored, or I'm tired, or I want to go to sleep, or you feel uncomfortable when you're not doing something. It's because your spirit is demanding to be felt, and it's uncomfortable with the place that you've allowed it to stay in, and it's ready to move out of it. Why? Because it's living water, living, not dead, right? It has not died yet, so it's begging to move into the final thing. Even still water grows shit in it. Do you understand that? Even still water grows shit in it. So it has a movement. Us, when we are allowing ourselves to just sit in our rooms, to not be whatever the case may be, we are allowing things to grow. Yes, but what are you allowing to grow? What kind of environment are you creating in your mind? What kind of environment are you creating around yourself? You need to move. God. It's some of y'all that ain't felt life since COVID. It's some of y'all that ain't felt life since before COVID. It's some of y'all that's been dead on the inside, or swore that they was dead on the inside, and swore that they still waters was literally stolen, and that they were bare and dry. Bro, you have not. You better get the hell up. You better get up in the name of you. In the name of you, right? Because, bro, I don't know about nobody else, but I done woke up in a pool of my own blood before. And still got up. And still moved. And still pressed forward. Even in the pain. Even when it hurt. No, none of that mattered. It mattered. Like, yeah, bro, like, get you some therapy, like, tell your friends, get some cuddles going on, you know what I'm saying? Pray to God, get it off your spirit, because it matters in that way. But when it comes to you and your purpose, when it comes to you and the things that you were anointed to do, when it comes to you and who you are meant to become, and who you are now, and the things that you know without a shadow of a doubt God has promised and put in your name, you better stand up for all of that. You better stand up for all of that. I don't care who came and who's trying to take your place. I don't care who talking on your name. I don't care what a nigga gotta say. You better get up. You done been comfortable too long. You done been comfortable so long that your spirit is uncomfortable with your comfortability. Stand up. Let's go. Bro, we gotta get in that Kobe. I need you to put your running shoes on, and I need you to get in the field. I need you to get in the field, because you done got too comfortable with anything, bro. Anything. You done got so comfortable, you letting anything slide. That's crazy. No. We're not doing that anymore. Think about it. We're not doing that anymore. Wrap it up. I'm going to leave y'all with this. It's that season to get up, get ready, go, because God is about to tell you to run. That might be physically, that might be mentally, that might be spiritually, that might be, I don't know. But God is about to tell you to run. And this is going to be, and we in a marathon, not a sprint, but I still got to win the race. That was on sacrifices, literally that. Yo, God is about to tell you to run, okay? And some of y'all ain't been in the gym in about a year. I'm one of them people. I just started going back to the gym a month ago. But that don't matter. That don't matter. Because when God said get up, I got up. When God said run, I ran. Okay? when God is saying, hey, I need you practicing. I need you practicing this, and this. I need you doing this. I need your morning routine on this. I need your night routine on this. I need you in flow. I need da-da-da-da. When God is saying structure up, God is saying structure up. Now, you can still be sensual and feel through it and all that and da-da-da-da, but God said, I need you to have some real security. And that's crazy. I even said that because because the wind blew it on the Bible. Y'all ain't seen me turn the page. It says real security. God says that you need real security. And the only places you can find security is in God and in yourself. You can't find security in a man. You can't find security in a woman. You can't find security in a job. You can't find security in an entrepreneurship. You can't find security on TikTok. You can't find security in a book. You can only find security in you and God. Period. That's it. Those are the only places. So I need you to get up and I need you to run. God is literally saying, I don't know what you need to prepare. I don't know what you need to get ready, but you need to prepare your house for me. You need to prepare because I'm about to come in the room. And when I say this is going to happen, this is what's going to happen. And I don't need you to fail. I don't need you to to have a misstep. I don't need you I don't need you to mess up nothing. Because you said you was ready for this blessing. You said that you could handle it. You said that, God, I just need this. God, I just want this. I've been praying for this for 5 years. God, why you ain't give it to me yet? Oh my gosh, I'm just trying to get this. You done been saying all them things, but you ain't been preparing yourself to have it. You ain't been preparing yourself to have it. And not 75% prepare yourself, 100% prepare yourself. So that you can be in that mode, in that field, and doing what you know that God has appointed you to do. We ain't f***ing around no more, bro. We not playing games. This ain't Fortnite. This is real life. And God about to give you all the blessings that you've been asking for. But is you gonna do what you need to do with it? Is you gonna be prepared? When God say, hey, I'm actually finna give you this right here. Can you I don't know. Can you flip it? What can you show for me? What can you show me out of what I've shown you? Right? What can you give back to me? I recommend y'all look at the parables of gold in the Bible. I forget exactly what the scripture is. I think it's in Matthew. But yeah, look at the parable of gold and see, like, God is literally telling you, bro, I'm finna tell you to do something, and I'm finna give you every resource in the world for you to have it. And a lot of y'all, and I'm gonna end on that, a lot of y'all don't even believe that God is finna do that in your life. You're like, yeah, I done heard that before. Yeah, okay, all right, whatever you saying, like, God is finna, okay. Like, that's how some of y'all is doing it. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna let y'all have that. But when you in that, whatever, I don't wanna, like, you in that energy, and the universe and God are in the same energy back with you, don't be surprised. Because that's what you expected, right? You get what you expect, right? That was me. I was literally in places where I was like, I wasn't being treated the way that I deserved to be treated. I wasn't being given the things that I deserved to be given. I wasn't but honestly, I wasn't doing it for myself. I wasn't doing it for me either. So of course, I can't expect anyone else to do it for me. To me, that's confirmation with this airplane going over my head, literally. Like, I can't expect anybody else to give to me what I'm not even willing to give to myself. I can't expect anyone to love me more than how I'm loving myself. I can't expect anybody to treat me like the queen that I am if I'm not treating myself like a queen. If I'm treating myself like a peasant, obviously, you're going to treat me like a peasant too. No. That's done. That was cute. We're not doing that anymore. We've closed that chapter. We've closed that book, actually. We ain't even in that book no more, okay? At all. Let's be for real. What's that song? What you won't do, you do for love. You tried everything, Everything that you are unwilling to do for yourself, you'll do for somebody else. If that's you, I'm going to need you to tighten up. I need you to tighten up. Not yesterday, but today. Not tomorrow, but today. For real. Yeah, so that was really it. Like, allow God to show you what God needs you to do in this next season. You know, don't just be existing. Be as present as you can be. Be as in charge as you can be. Be as enchanted as you are. Be as you can be, without thinking of what anyone else has to say about it. Just be God's child for a while. See what that feels like. Yeah. That was it. I love y'all. Peace. Bye.